Fox News alert now. D.C. police.
All right, let's hear what fucking Fox News is saying about it, though.
An update on the shooting that happened at that funeral home in Northeast Washington, D.C. Police confirming 4 individuals.
Oh, sorry, this is a different one. Fuck. Oh, yeah, this is another mass shooting. God damn it.
Individuals have been shot. One of those has now been pronounced dead, a male adult. The 3 others have been rushed to area hospitals. They have suffered serious injuries, non-life threatening. The gunman has not been identified and is on the run. Police are asking for any help in identifying the suspect. Not even clear yet if that suspect was driving or if that suspect was on foot. The police did just reveal in that press conference they believe the individuals shot were targeted, but they don't know why. What led them to believe that is that the funeral was happening and it was just being let out at 12:17 p.m. locally, and these individuals appeared to the police to have been targeted. That presser is happening right now. They're taking questions. Let's dip in and listen here.
People who do these types of crimes. I mean, they need to be ultimately held accountable for their actions. And, we need to do the work hard in order to get us there. It's unfortunate that someone would be so brazen to do such an act, let alone at a funeral. I mean, how low can you be of a human being to target other people at a funeral? My goal is to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to track the person or persons responsible down, and we're asking for the community's help in that space.
I understand there was another shooting on F Street Southeast. Can you tell us anything about that and what you guys are looking at a connection?
So right now, very preliminarily, it doesn't appear to be a connection to that shooting, but we're unsure. This is very early in the investigation. It's not too far away from here. We have officers there.
Bro, I can't believe it's a new low to shoot up a funeral. Like, bro, we shoot up schools in this country, like kindergartens. You know what I mean? Like, that's no, we already are at that low. I don't know where you could go that's lower than a kindergarten. You know what I mean? Like, it's, we shoot people at schools. We shoot people at churches. I guess the maternity ward, like, that's it. That's the lowest. Like a child's hospital, you're like just killing children at like a fucking center for like leukemia treatment or something. I don't know.
On that scene, we have detectives there on that scene trying to get to the bottom of what happened there. Right now, it doesn't appear to be related. But again, if there's information in the community that people are willing to share with us that lets us know that it is connected or is not connected, or who the suspect is in that shooting, that would be very helpful information.
Was this family fearful of violence at this funeral?
I don't know that they were specifically fearful of violence, but obviously their loved one died as a result of gun violence. So I think it's prudent to that there could be some reasonable fear there for anyone. You don't know who killed.
Now, the reason why Fox News is covering this is because Washington, D.C. is very black. This could be a gang-related form of violence too. I don't know. But like that's the reason why they are hyper-focusing on this, for the record. So make no mistake, gun violence is still gun violence, regardless of who is doing it. That is my take on the matter. But just remember that, like, there's a reason why Fox News would be like, we have to cover this. This is like
your loved one.
The other one in Louisville. That kind of breaks our narrative. So we got to find one that actually reinforces narrative. It's like crime running rampant in liberal cities. Crime also running, it's lawlessness in liberal cities. Out of control Democrat inner city narrative. Exactly. Paired up with a shifting away basically from, the soft target, hard target shit.
People have concerns about that kind of thing. And again, like I said, it's not anything out of the ordinary. Our victim services, who oftentimes work with families, families will request that. Sometimes they'll say, we don't want any police near the funeral. We just want to kind of be able to grieve. Unfortunately, in this case, someone decided to disrespect his family at this level and commit this senseless act of violence at the Skid's funeral.
So was your officer here at the request of the family?
Say it again?
Was your officer here at the request of the family?
Yes. So there was a request by the family through our victim services branch for additional police presence.
At this point, I think like the only way to stop mass shootings is by hoping that there's a counter mass shooting happening in the vicinity, so the mass shooters start fighting one another. You know what I mean?
At the funeral, like I said, the funeral was over at this point.
I'm calling it, dude. There's gonna be two conflicting mass shootings that occur eventually. It has to. It has to. It literally has to. In the United States of America, it happens so frequently. Like, there are so many people that are like, oh, I survived this mass shooting, and now here I am again surviving another mass shooting. Like, it happens so frequently that inevitably it's going to converge, where there's going to be like two different mass shootings happening in like the similar vicinity, and you're going to have like them fight one another or some shit.
Funeral ended around 12, so this is about 17, 18 minutes after the funeral was over when the shooting occurred. And your question, sir?
Can you tell us the weapon that was used?
No, it's too early. I can't tell you the type of weapon that was used. Any other questions?
Do you know how many shots were fired?
I don't know how many shots. Last question? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think he's in.
All right, so the police there revealing and reiterating that they believe this was a targeted attack and revealing a few more details about the funeral that had just been let out, at which these 4 people were shot, one of them killed. The loved one that they were there honoring at the funeral home was one that died from gun violence, and they were fearful to the point that something could happen, that they asked for additional police presence there. But still, a gunman was able to carry this out.
Did the police presence actually come through? Did they actually have, I don't understand. Did I misunderstand that part? Did they already have cops on scene at the funeral? Did they? So it's still in it, and the mass shooting still occurred.
On the street there, vague details still about where exactly this.
Almost like hard target, soft target narratives are fucking stupid, because no matter what happens, there was a mass shooting at a fucking bank, dude. It's a hard target. Also, mass shootings happen on fucking military bases, dude. I can't even think of a harder target than a motherfucking military base. What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? Like, what do you, they got tanks there, bro. It doesn't get harder than that.
This happened around that funeral home, but the suspect is on the run and has not been identified by police. So they are asking the community and any witnesses for help in identifying who this was and why they did it.
Yeah, Sandra, interesting, police pointing out there that the family did request an additional police presence to be there at that funeral. They said the funeral ended at about noon, 12 o'clock.
If this happened in a state Congress or the federal Congress, laws would get passed so fast, you're wrong. This is the United States of America. It did. A congressional baseball game was shot up by a dude with an AR-15. Steve Scalise was shot in the ass. He needs to piss into a fucking bag for the rest of his goddamn life. We may or may not have a dick still. Okay? Literally the 3rd highest ranking Republican in fucking Congress. And nothing happened. And the guy who got shot possibly had his dick blown off, which, by the way, 6 years ago now. Holy fuck. That guy is still very much pro-guns and against gun control.
And this shooting happened after the funeral, about 12:17. Police saying that whoever carried out this shooting very obviously disrespected the family. As you just mentioned, they were burying a loved one who had just died to gun violence. So you've got a funeral for somebody who had been shot and killed. At that funeral, where more police have been requested, 4 people shot, 1 person dead so far, several others hospitalized with gunshot wounds, though we're told they are not life-threatening.
Yeah, Gabby Giffords was shot in the head too, right? Like that's, and she dedicated her life to gun control. You know, that's a little different, obviously. But, you know, Arizona. Good luck. Her husband is Mark Kelly, the astronaut, who is the Arizona senator.
Now the search is on for who did this. We initially reported that there was an initial report about a green vehicle being seen leaving the scene. D.C. police were asked, was this a drive-by shooting? They say they don't know. They're asking for any community members to come forward with any information, any witnesses who might have.
A new study came out that police are actually horrifically bad at solving violent crimes. By the way, worse than we previously thought. I forget what the exact numbers are. And those numbers get infinitely worse when you factor or when you separate black and brown or poor neighborhoods and communities. Now, that might come as a shock to absolutely zero people in this community. Obviously, it's less shocking than the top of the hour ad break coming exactly at 1 p.m. Okay, because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, and you already know that, right? And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. That's right. Sakura Gore, thank you for the 5, get the subs. Double Scuff, thank you for the 5, get the subs. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Dead Trees, thank you for the 5, get the subs. Anyway. Great Scott, 1605, thank you for the 5 gifted. Luna Lux, thank you for the 5 gifted. Anyway, look at any state crime reports. Living in Austin, they have like an average of 30% clearance for all crimes and worse for violent ones. Yeah. They are really, really bad.